And it's with this sentiment that we present the first ever Ascend Humanitarian Award tonight. The honoree of this esteemed award will be introduced by Thomas Phelps, President of the Ascend Los Angeles Metro Chapter and Vice President of Corporate Strategy and CIO of Laserfiche. Please welcome Thomas Phelps.
Thank you, Sandra. Throughout this convention, we have heard numerous stories about how people have dared to dream. They have achieved great success in their careers and in their personal lives. And now, we're all sitting here in this magical place called Disneyland. So let's take a moment to pause and to reflect on how others may not even dare to dream, and how children in many countries worldwide are faced with the cold, stark reality of poverty and hunger each and every night. So for the very first time, and thanks to the generous support of City National Bank, and thank you, Pam, Ascend is pleased to present a Humanitarian Award to a leader of Heifer International, a nonprofit organization that improves the welfare of millions of lives throughout the world. So since we're in Hollywood, let's cue the video. Wow, when I take your hand, are you inspired like I am? What an amazing story. You know, for someone like myself who grew up on a farm and raised cows, I can personally relate to the heifer story. So now, please humor me this evening. Everyone, please take out your cell phones. If you don't mind, take out your cell phones. Do you have them in front of you? All right, so get your cell phones ready to tweet on tonight's honorees at #Ascend2016, all right? And by the way, if you're holding that Samsung S7 or you're waiting to buy that new iPhone next month, the cost of your cell phone, let's say it's around $500, is more than the average livable income that a heifer family of 5 makes for an entire year. And that's based on the extreme poverty line of making less than $1.90 a day. And this is the type of family that heifer helps each and every day. So this evening, I'm honored to introduce our first Humanitarian Award honoree, the Senior Vice President of Heifer International, Dr. Mahendra Lohani. As a native of Nepal who personally experienced hunger and poverty when he was growing up, Mahendra was inspired to join Heifer in 1993, first as a volunteer, then as a country director, and now as Senior Vice President of Programs. Mahendra has focused his energies and passion to solve world problems with tangible, sustainable solutions. His impact has been directly felt by over 214,000 families. That's 1 million people this year. And now involving 18 programs in Asia, Africa, and Europe. His leadership and vision has positioned Heifer to scale up its impact in fighting hunger and thrive in the 21st century. And now, for the very first time, the children of these families can dream of a new future filled with amazing possibilities. Dare to dream, be extraordinary, and ascend. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Mahendra Lahani with Heifer International.
To Ascend National and Thomas Phelps Laserfiche, I say thank you. And thanks to City National Bank for their generous support for this award and co-sponsoring our Heifer table tonight. I'm grateful to this recognition. I may be the one receiving this award, but I think it's important to note you are also highlighting my entire team and the incredible work that Heifer does around the world. After 22 years in Heifer, I'm proud to serve as the Senior Vice President of Programs. From staff working in the United States to those working in field offices around the world, I'm thankful for our programs. These individuals are committed to helping greatest number of people where we work. Currently, we work on 4 continents with thriving programs in 30 countries, including Nepal, India, China, Bangladesh, Cambodia, Vietnam, and the Philippines. While we are all needed behind the scenes, the real impetus for change is the farmers themselves. They are the ones who do the hard work, toil in the field, and dedicate themselves to lifting their families out of poverty. I know their plight very well. Growing up in Nepal, I saw my own parents work the fields around my house just to keep our family fed. With 11 children, that was not an easy task. I was the only fortunate child to make beyond elementary school, 6 hours walk away from home, while my parents toiled in the fields. Then I was very fortunate to continue college and university degrees with kind support of the scholarships. I knew I wanted to do something meaningful with my life to help my family and my fellow farmers. So I started to volunteer for Heifer in 1993 in Nepal. We saw a great need for Heifer. I became the first country director in 1997. During those years, I often visited farmers in their homes and communities. On one particular visit, and I will never forget, I spoke with a woman as she held her crying, malnourished baby. With no food at home to feed the child, and being parents of 2 small babies, I was just curious. When I asked her how she pacified her hungry child, she said, he would cry as long as he has energy to cry. And he would be tired and he will be quiet. Her words struck me to my core. In that moment, I knew my work was far from over. I'm so grateful there are organizations like Heifer. And with Heifer, we were able to help that woman and her baby, along with millions around the world. At Heifer, we seek to educate and train smallholder farmers in both technical and non-technical skills. With the support we provide, our farmers are able to unleash the potential within them to realize sustainable socio-economic transformation. Their challenges are great, but these farmers are strong and resilient. When I return to their communities, I always find them welcoming me with open arms, joyful hearts, and smiling faces. They have so few physical possessions, yet so much love to share. With boundless hope and optimism, these farmers feel empowered to change their world. In turn, I feel inspired to continue the cycle of creating positive change. I feel incredibly fortunate to be part of such a great mission. The joy I have felt over the years goes far beyond the time and effort I have contributed. The greatest reward is being able to see thousands of women, men, and children in communities around the world enjoy better lives. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you all to share in my joy as we work to end hunger and poverty together. Thank you again for this great honor.
Can we have Pin come up for pictures, please? Pin.